Well, you must remember that a woman like Joan Crawford was a born competitor. I mean, if it wasn't there, she'd find the competition, and her dislike or her competition with Norma Shearer was legendary, because Norma Shearer was Mrs. Irving Thalberg and the queen of the lot in that sense. And well, there was what's the old quote from Joan Crawford? How can I get in your way here when she's sleeping with the boss? That line. But she was always in full of envy for Norma, and her behaviour was not exactly top drawer. I mean, she did a lot of very tacky things in that exercise.
Do you think that was unnecessary and just part of her personality? I mean, or do you think it was really necessary to have that?
I don't think that's ever necessary. But that wasn't just the privilege of the women. I mean, I've worked with given actors who are so addle-pated that they won't come on the set until everybody else is there. That's a failing. It's a sad. I mean, that's tacky. But those sort of egos, you'll find here and there. But for the most part, extremely hard-working, disciplined people. And I mean, the fame of somebody like Norma Shearer and the length of time of that fame and the insulation it's very hard to translate unless one has been there. Also, I remember going on. I was always fascinated by Norma Shearer. It's one of the cleverest careers. If you track it in chronologically, it's one of the best designed careers. And she had a system, or was a part of a system that choreographed it that way. And it's one of the reasons she lasted so long.
But she also had Thalberg.
Well, yes, but you see that
and
also.
Wasn't she also in an era where the scripts made big parts for women? I mean, she played lawyers, and I mean.
Yes, but yeah, she had a tremendous opportunity.
Because
but again,
in the show. We're going to start out with saying, when Janet Leigh was 2 years old, this is what women look like in the movies, and we're going to have Anita Page falling down the stairs and slapping Johnny Mac Brown around, playing the drunk in the scene with Joan Crawford, and then when Janet is in her teens, Norma Shearer is in what I like to think of like a kind of golden era of women, where Norma Shearer is having these really intelligent roles in intelligent films of the 30s that showcase.
Well, just some of them. I mean, there was as much trash, but it's forgotten. I mean, if you track Garbo's career, for instance, which is an extraordinary one, when you really she only had really about 5 good vehicles. The others are really quite embarrassing. She raises them to a level by her persona that is, you become mesmerized. Also, we'd never seen anything like these women before. For instance, now these personas are taken for granted and they're old hat in a way. But nothing had ever been seen like the invention of Gloria Swanson. She was the first glamour queen. I mean, one can think of Theda Bara, but Gloria was the first invention of that idea. Nothing had been seen like that. Nothing had been seen like Garbo. That's why she became an overnight sensation. She was dangerous, mysterious, in a part maybe androgynous. She was riveting and mystical, and she seeped into the consciousness in an original way. The same for Katharine Hepburn. That was a shocking impact initially. That brave and sort of warrior and strange-sounding, angular creature of extraordinary original beauty, that had never been seen. A lot of people thought she was horrendous.